11.
Good evening, I'm Justin Case. The cold temperatures are already here. Soon we'll be facing rain and snow here in the mountains. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Andrew Dockery in the Weather Center for the latest. Andrew?
Yeah, Justin, you said it best. Cold temperatures are going to be in place as our next system works in, and that's something that hasn't happened yet, at least here this winter. Let's talk about what we're seeing right now first. Notice satellite and radar. You'll notice the cloud cover and a few flurries, light snow showers up to the northeast. That's going to be the trend for a good chunk of eastern Kentucky. We are part of the coldest air, at least in the Commonwealth right now. It's 24 in Hazard, 25 in Lexington, and the 30s out in western Kentucky. And we could think that northwest wind for the cold temperatures anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour across portions of eastern Kentucky. Some isolated spots of 20 plus and gusts certainly possible as well. For your Thursday, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies. The same for Friday, but clouds begin to arrive late Friday, and that's when our system starts to slowly peak in. It's going to be snow chances Saturday morning, but the question we have is, when is the transition to rain going to be? We know it's going to be sometime Saturday, and how far north does that go? Lately, Justin, this has been trending further northward, which means more rain for eastern Kentucky, less snow. That does not mean that snow still won't impact us. We'll tell you why that is and exactly what we can expect and what we know coming up in a few short moments.
Andrew, thank you. A rock slide caused major delays on US 460 in Pike County. It happened this morning below the Old Millard High School. During our warmer days, rain builds up on the rocks. When the water freezes, it expands. Then as it thaws out, mud and rock debris fall into the roads, causing a big mess. Highway Superintendent Josh Blackburn says slides like this are not easy to clean up.
We have to bust up the bigger rocks with this excavator behind us. Then we will load them out and haul them away.
Officials with the Transportation Cabinet say the road opened back up around 9:30. You can now drive on it in both directions. Meanwhile, a fire in the Combs community of Perry County destroyed a home earlier today. You were looking at video of the flames. No one was inside the home. We are still working to learn more about the cause of the blaze. A trial date has been set for two people accused of paying someone to kill Trevor Dykes back in 2015. The trial will be set for April of 2020, nearly 5 years after the murder. The family says all that time has gone by, but has been painful as they await justice. But in the years since his murder, Trevor's father has been repairing his cars to help his legacy live on.
Yeah, I'm trying to complete them. I mean, it's taking a little bit, but a little bit at a time, you know. Yep. Now, as soon as I get this done, I got the old 69 Camaro over there. It's painting hit.
Trevor Dykes says when all is said and done, there will be 3 cars to remember their son by. We are working to learn more about an improvised explosive device found in Harlan County yesterday. Officials say someone spotted it near the sewage plant in Everts. They do not believe it was as dangerous as they first thought. We are told the ATF is looking into the device. No word on if any charges will be filed. Now to Washington County, Tennessee, where a woman faces several felony charges after she was seen putting her 8-month-old child in an outside freezer at someone else's home. Brittany Smith faces charges of felony child abuse and neglect. According to an affidavit, a person saw Smith holding a small child next to an unused freezer in their backyard. Witnesses say they later found the child in the freezer with the lid closed. One of those witnesses says it was fortunate they found the child, or the story would have had a tragic ending.
But still, you know, the lid was shut, it's airtight, no air gets in, and if no one spotted her with the baby, that baby would have been dead.
Sources say the child is okay and was taken to the Johnson City Medical Center. A former Greenup County teacher pleads not guilty to assault charges after she was caught on video dragging an autistic student by his wrists. This video of Trina Abrams has sparked outrage throughout eastern Kentucky. Police say security cameras caught Abrams dragging the child at Wirtland Elementary School in October. She is no longer teaching at the school, according to the Greenup County Schools superintendent. Now to a strange story out of Laurel County where deputies say a man assaulted a woman with a fire extinguisher. Nathan Lewis Hale was arrested early this morning. Deputies say he also took multiple shots at her with a rifle. After that, he took the extinguisher, sprayed her with it, and also used it to hit her back and side. Also at the home, police say they found drugs. Hale now faces assault and drug charges. A $1,000 reward is being offered for information behind a stolen and dismantled truck. Jeff Stidham works with Doyle Wright. While Wright was in the hospital following a car wreck, someone stole his work truck and drove it behind an abandoned building before stripping it for parts.
And they stripped all of his tools, all his air tools, air compressor, all of his big truck tools, tire changing equipment, all of the parts he had to do roadside service for tractor trailers.
Kentucky State Police tell us they arrested Joseph Nix and Joey Hacker in relation to the stolen truck. They are booked in the Letcher County Detention Center. On the second day of the regular session, lawmakers unveiled the first pieces of legislation. Several representatives introduced a bill to legalize medical marijuana. House Bill 136 would make the drug available for up to 60,000 Kentuckians. As Hillary Thornton reports, those backing the plan say it would help those who have, quote, debilitating illnesses and excruciating pain.
Today's a good day.
The bill's sponsors are calling House Bill 136 a Trust Your Doctor bill. They say medical marijuana is a tool that medical professionals have been asking for, and they feel legislators should not stand in the way. The bill aims to help folks with conditions that don't respond to traditional medicine.
40 to 60,000 of Kentuckians who every day wake up in pain.
They say it would be up to the doctor to recommend what form of cannabis the patient would benefit from, but it does prohibit smoking in public. There are obviously some with concerns about the bill, including Senate President Robert Stivers.
And has been preached from law enforcement from years. It is a gateway drug.
And despite some opposition, the bill's sponsors say they do believe they have enough bipartisan support in both the House and Senate. Senator Dan Syme talking in support of medical marijuana, explaining his personal stance based on his battle with colon cancer 7 years ago.
When I left the hospital, they gave me that nice bottle of Oxycontin. I threw it in the garbage can and went home and smoked a joint. Okay? And guess what? No nausea. Was able to function while we was going through the treatment. It was during the legislative session, did not miss a day.
Representative Jason Nemes expanding on that admission by the state senator, saying he hopes they can stop criminalizing those who use cannabis for relief.
I've never taken an illegal drug in my life. But let me tell you, and I want to say it clearly, and I'll say it in front of every camera in Kentucky. If my son or my wife or my parents or one of my brothers and sisters would benefit from medical marijuana, tell me where to get it, even if it's illegal. And I would submit that 99% of Kentuckians would do the same thing.
Hillary Thornton, WYMT Mountain News.
The bill does include regulations and guidelines for dispensaries applying to grow at home and for doctors recommending the use. Another issue lawmakers are looking to tackle this legislative session, improving school safety. This month marks 1 year since a student opened fire at Marshall County High School, killing 2 of his classmates and injuring more than a dozen others. At the time, lawmakers created a team to travel around the state asking school officials and communities for solutions. Among their suggestions, increasing the amount of school nurses, guidance counselors, and mental health professionals. Southeastern Kentucky Rehabilitation Industries is building a new factory in Bell County. Directors say they have been looking at putting a building in Middlesboro for a while because of the lack of job opportunities, especially for those with disabilities. They say now they are looking to open a new building by the end of February.
We'll start off with about 10 people and hope to grow to 80 to 100 within a year or so.
There will be a job fair on Tuesday at the Middlesboro City Hall Council chambers from 10 to 1 to fill the positions. As the partial government shutdown moves into its 19th day, House Democrats say President Trump walked out of a White House meeting pulling a, quote, temper tantrum when they rejected his demand for a border wall. But the president tweeted he left because the meeting was, quote, a total waste of time.
Our meeting did not last long.
He asked Speaker Pelosi that if he opened things up quickly, if he reopened the government quickly, would she be willing to agree to funding for a wall or a barrier on the southern border? And when she said no, the president said goodbye.
The episode dramatically escalating a shutdown where talks were already at a stalemate. During a bill signing in the Oval Office today, the president claimed he never wanted this shutdown to begin with. He added later the hundreds of thousands of federal workers who are missing out on pay support this shutdown. For federal employees affected by the government shutdown, the first paycheck they miss will be Friday. But for one local prison worker battling cancer, his friends are rallying together to make sure the man they call their brother, along with his family, do not go without. Today I went to Paintsville to learn about a concert being held which will raise money for Dustin Chico as he fights for his life. Dustin Chico's friends say even though he beat cancer a couple years ago, a new tumor, this one near his heart, has their close friend battling for his life.
He's a God-fearing man. He cares about his family more than anything, you know, and more than anything is his faith. Through what he's going through, most people aren't going to be that way, but he's positive.
Whether it is paying for medical bills or for family to be with him as he gets treatment, his friends make sure money is one less thing Dustin has to worry about.
We have thrown several fundraisers for him because what the doctors have told him has been so grim.
Now, Stevens is organizing a concert at SIP Theater in downtown Paintsville. When asking local bands if they wanted to be a part of it, they never hesitated.
He's a good man. He's got a great family, got young children, good support, and he's going through a very trying situation that he's been battling for a while. And he needs a lot of help, and I wanted to be involved any way I could.
Johnson is in the band Sons of FM, but also worked with Dustin at Big Sandy Penitentiary.
We have each other's backs every day and work together very close and closely a bond with each other every day at work. So yeah, it's definitely like a family.
Lending a hand to a brother in need. The concert starts at 7 Saturday evening at the SIP Theater in downtown Paintsville. So far, 6 bands have signed up to perform. Tickets are $15, and all the money raised will help Dustin and his family. Coming up at 11, disturbing details continue to emerge as law enforcement officials in Arizona try to figure out how a woman in a coma became pregnant. And financial woes may cause a local Bible camp to open its doors late. We'll have the details.
And cloud cover will clear out and the temperatures will drop quickly. Expect a cold night, and those details are coming up.
We all want more for less, and Spectrum delivers. Spectrum TV has